Pistons fans, what's going on? It's your boy King, man. Listen, our team fell to the Bucks once again tonight. Kind of got to expect that, right? But at the same time, we've been giving a valiant effort over the last 45 games. I've been waiting to make this video and talk about it. Let's dig in. Foremost, tonight's game versus the Bucks, another tough loss, right? Fought all the way tooth and nail down to the fourth quarter at the very end, and that's when the veteran presence and the championship caliber of the Milwaukee Bucks just took over just in the last couple of minutes of the game. We as a team are still trying to figure out how to close out games. We're still missing some talent. Obviously, Cade is not back yet. It's the Milwaukee Bucks. It's the Milwaukee Bucks. What has kept me watching? Well, since the trade, I've been right before the trade, but since the trade, I've been very encouraged by the effort that I've seen from these players out on the court. Man, our young guys, plus the floor spacing that we just added, is going to translate eventually into some wins this season. Whether we make another small move or not, or if we make a big move out of nowhere, we'll see. We're right there at that point, right? But for what we've done so far, I can see why you make this trade. Muscala actually tries on defense. He actually can stretch the floor. And of course, we know who Gallinari is, right? Once they get into the swings of things with the offense and know where to be and get into that rhythm, I think it's going to turn out very, very well for the guards on our team, man. Cade is getting close to coming back, so him being able to get some more spacing out there. You've seen Ivy flourishing from that. You know what I'm saying? You've seen Ivy flourishing simply because of the amount of spacing that's out there now. It allows him to get to the basket. You've seen guys like Sasser be able to get his shot off tonight versus the Bucks. He was absolutely red hot tonight, man. That floater was just floating today. Typical Sasser game tonight, man. Every once in a while, he has these games. The key for the young fella is to get it consistent. You know what I'm saying? To be able to find his shot and get to open spaces more consistent. And I think what we've done in this trade is going to help out with that a lot. So, Isaiah Stewart was an absolute madman tonight. I think he finished with 19 points, man, but he was doing it on both ends of the floor. You can't ask for a tougher matchup when you're dealing with Lopez and Giannis, man. And like I said, they're such a long team. For Stu, it's a lot of work. Him and Durant definitely had their fair share down there in that paint area, man. So, but not just tonight. Like I said, over these last 45 games, man, this Pistons team has just been a different team. So when we start to face some of these teams that we're supposed to beat, I think we're going to go ahead and take care of business. Our schedule is still on the tough side, but when we get a few let-ups, I think that's where people will start to say, okay, now I see something. You know what I'm saying? We can string together a couple of wins here and there. But playing teams like Milwaukee twice with that effort, to where their starters are not sitting at the end of the game, that's big time for this team, because chemistry and time playing together is what we need from them, right? You're seeing the growth. We didn't like what happened with Ivy early in the season, but you're seeing the results of it, right? Ivy goes hard on both sides of the court now. And I really been paying attention to that. Both sides of the court, Ivy goes hard, man. Every minute that he's out there, he's going hard. Whether it's trying to make the best pass for his teammate, getting to the basket, knocking down some shots, or playing some defense, man, creating steals, just being a problem. And that's the player that we want to see. That's the potential that we were excited about when we drafted Ivy. So, like I said, man, can't wait to K get back, with this new spacing that we have while we still have it. You got Boyan and Burks, but also now you got Muscala and you got Gallinari too. That's a lot of guys that can space the floor out there. So obviously it's going to be some more movement. Maybe I truly do believe it's going to be another couple of smaller moves, right? At least Monty Morris is on his way. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see how that pans out. But in the meantime, I love the effort that the Detroit Pistons are getting on a night-to-night basis right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving that. Monty actually moves around on the sideline a little bit now. So I think the more this team transforms going into that second half of the season, we're going to see them string together a couple of wins here and there. So yeah, I can definitely see that happening. So the trade deadline is not far at all. We are coming up on it really, really fast. Really, really fast, man. A couple of reports out there just don't look promising. They don't, man. I know a lot of people want certain names out there. It's not looking good. Guys like Levine, it's not looking good for that situation in no way, shape, or form. Nobody's, stupid enough to pull that trigger. And so, you even seen guys like Sadiq Bey back on that trade block. Murray just been over there. I mean, just 2 game winners so far this week, just last week. But man, just seeing performance from Joel tonight. Joel Embiid, 70 points. God, 70 points, man. And Karl Anthony Towns, last time I checked, he had 63. I don't know what he finished with. But big performances from a lot of guys, man. Y'all know how it goes. When it gets close to trade deadline, you start to see these type of things, right? Not to say that those guys are mentioned in the rumors, but guys like Murray was, though. DeJounte is, me personally, I don't think they're trading the right person. I think they need to trade the other guy. I think they need to trade. Trae Young should not be a Hawk. You're not going to win with Trae Young. I'm sorry. But it is what it is. I mind my business. Stay over here with the Pistons. But we just got to keep our ears open, man, because out of nowhere, you can hear Troy done traded this guy and that guy, man. Like I said, it's always spontaneous. We should be used to this. I mean, man, it's always out of nowhere. So I'm at the point now where it's just like, man, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? When it happened, it happened. If it happened, it happened. Only thing I want to see is effort. I want K and Ivy's development. That's what I want. Stu, I want his development. I'm looking for the development and the chemistry to build with these guys. So if you're going to make a move, fine. But this type of basketball that we have been seeing these last games, that's what I'm looking for. That's what we've been looking for since the beginning of the season. So besides those first couple of games, it just disappeared. Well, it's back now, and I hope it stays this time. But yeah, so I mean that's all I got, man. I haven't forgot about my Pistons. I've been following every single game, doing everything as usual. But like I told you, I just want to take clusters before I do these reviews because I don't want to repeat the same thing every night. So tonight I felt like it was the perfect night for me to go back and talk about some of those games, man, that we just seen, and the effort that we've been seeing from these guys. So with that said, leave it in the comment section, man. Have you been actually impressed with these performances against these big time teams like, per se, the Bucks we just faced twice? Have you been impressed with that? Do you see the Pistons starting to head in the right direction? Do you see the development that I mentioned in guys like Ivy, guys like Stu? Those are the questions I want you guys to answer in the comment section, man. But in the meantime, man, go Pistons. That's all I can say.
Wow, black-owned shoe store. Culture. My culture, though. You see what they talking about in here. What's up, little dog? You good? Y'all got something here for me? I'm talking about exclusive. They got all the dunks? How many dunks they got? Something like these. Y'all got a little vibe in here. They buying shoes, selling shoes. It feels like the culture. They dunking on people. Oh, they doing TikTok. They looking out for the kids. Oh, man, this is great, man. Oh, they got all the races working here. It just really feels like culture.
You're looking for a black-owned shoe store to get some real drip at? Come up here to Culture Detroit, man. That's what the streets been missing. Welcome home, fam.